Are you part of a nonprofit organization, a youth group looking to raise cash for your cause? Stay tuned at the end of this video to learn how you can bring the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation to your town live, featuring the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Macon on Saturday, September 14th. It's WWE Live with a championship main event.
I will fight anyone, anytime.
You should worry about me. It is time to burn it down.
As Seth Rollins collides with Baron Corbin in a Macon street fight for the Universal Championship, plus the Man, Becky Lynch, and the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. It's WWE Live Saturday, September 14th. Tickets and WWE Superstar Experience packages are available.
Cheer! Why, hello! I would ask what was on your mind, but I already know. You want to know what has got my beard looking oh so majestic. And I'll tell you, it's sexy as hell beard care. Coconut oil, vitamin E oil, almond oil, both sweet and bitter, shea butter, it's all natural. Yes, JTG has actually come out with a high quality product. So support your boy by going to sahbeardcare.com and take one step closer to becoming sexy as hell. Cheer. Ooh, cheer. You know?
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, welcome to, I guess we're going to call this the second installment of Atlas World News. We had you with us not too long ago when you talked about the Robert Kraft massage parlor incident. A lot of fans were interested in that. This time around, we talked to our friend Robert Boissel. He wanted to know, Tony, he heard secondhand some of your thoughts on an incident that took place several years back, and you had some strong opinions on it. We're talking about Hurricane Katrina. Your thoughts on Hurricane Katrina?
If anybody learned anything about Hurricane Katrina, you have to learn that in this world, you never know what's going to happen to you or your family. A man, a real man, always provide for his family. And when I saw grown men unable to protect their family from a storm that they knew was coming, but had no idea of how to prepare for it. You know, we are a great nation, America. We give people a chance here in this country. Now, you could sit back and allow the government and others to do for you. But there's gonna come in a time in your life. My mom used to always tell us kids, y'all have to learn how to pull yourself up by your own bootstrap. You have to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet, because I'm not gonna always be there for you. And when I'm no longer around, you boys gonna have to learn how to support yourself. Well, we have people in this country, and probably in other countries too, but I live here, so I know about here, that are so dependent on government assistance that they have lost all ability for self-preservation. I listened to Mirror talk, and they said, why you didn't put them on school buses and get them out? He said, yeah, I had the buses, I couldn't find no drivers. When I see a young man in his 20s with water up to his waist, went looting in a store, and stole a 32-inch television.
Now, how do you know how big the TV was?
Because I got one that size.
All right.
It's a 32, no, 30, he had a 36-inch television.
36-inch television.
36-inch television with water up to his waist. My wife, who is from Berlin, Germany, thought that was hilarious. She said, that poor guy, where is he going to plug that TV in? If he had some sense, he would have went to a sports store and stole a raft or a canoe, something that could get him out of his. But they did. It
would have been more valuable.
They
looting.
had no idea what to do in a situation. They would. I saw grown men turn into adolescents. Did not have. They were so dependent on the government to come and help them. Write little sign, help me, give me water. Grown men.
Now, what would you have done if you were in the path of Katrina?
First of all, the first thing that I would have done is found a way out to safer ground.
You wouldn't have stayed.
I would not have stayed.
You would have left your home.
I would have left my home, yeah. I would have left. And if I had stayed, I would have started preparing for that. Because you can't sleep on the first floor no more. You know, there's all kind of ways of floating on that water. I would have took the doors off the hinges
and floated
and used it as a raft. There is so much stuff right there in their house that they could have used to get themselves out of there. But they had no idea of what to do. Not a clue.
Do you blame the government for not advising them to
No,
try and...
because we live in a free society. The government paid for education from grade 1 to 12 for free. We have a lot of kids that drop out of school, been expelled from school. A lot of kids didn't get the education, even though it was free.
Free, yeah.
Self-responsibility is the key. The part that irks me the most about Hurricane Katrina was they had nothing else to do but to blame President Bush. Like he had something to do with a freaking hurricane.
Kanye West said President Bush hated black people.
Kanye West is mentally ill.
Why is he mentally ill, Tom?
You can tell by the way he talks. Nobody sane talk like that.
Yeah.
He's mentally ill. He worth a lot of money because the promoters, they don't care if they don't care about your intelligence.
Yeah.
They only worry about your marketability. We have wrestlers that have mental problems. The promoter didn't care if they had mental problems. That guy is mentally ill to say that George Bush don't like black people because he served this country very well.
Bush?
I think so.
Really?
Considering what he started his career off with. He didn't start it off like Bill Clinton with a great economy and that all the work was done by Ronald Reagan before. He walked in on a great economy. He walked in when everything was going good. We was in no wars during him. I mean, the war, all that was over. So of course he came in on a good note. Just like our president now came in on a good note, even though he may tell you he came in on a bad note. But I remember before he got there, when the unemployment was 10%.
Very high.
What very high was almost 10%.
Right.
And then when Obama took over, it was almost 10%. And we losing like 800 jobs a month. I remember that. I went through it. I remember when the banks crashed and when the Wall Street, all this stuff, all this crashing. And this guy got us through this. I remember that, which he got no credit for. I remember the killing of Osama bin Laden, which another thing he got no credit for. And then I remember this guy coming in, taking credit for everything.
Donald Trump?
First day.
All right, well.
First day. So, people, getting back to Hurricane Katrina, my thought on that is that it's good that we got a government, that we got safety net. That is good. But don't let your safety net be your only. My mom told me a smart rabbit, we go rabbit hunting, have more than one hole to run into. And when you become totally dependent on the government or any social program to get you through what are you going to do with that program ain't there no more? You know, even, I have the utmost respect for police officers, firemen, soldiers, all of our first responders. I got a lot of respect for policemen. But what people had to realize about a policeman is, he come after the fact. A fireman come after the fact.
Right.
They're not prevention. They don't prevent crime. They come after. They can't do nothing until crime is committed. A fireman could do nothing until the fire starts.
All right.
Prevention is the thing. To prevent yourself from being in poverty, there's so many programs that people could involve themselves in. There's so many jobs that is available that people don't want to work. Everywhere I go, I'm sure right around in your area, all you people out here, you go around the area, you go into a store, help wanted. You go to another store, help wanted. We said we got an integration problem. But to me, how can somebody in Mexico come here and get a job if somebody working that job?
Right.
A job is like an apartment. You can't move in until the people, the tenants there to move out. The apartment got to be vacant.
Right.
The job got to be vacant.
Right.
So if our young people would concentrate more on working and less time on their cell phone, less time on their skateboard, and more time applying themselves, and them people, if them men during Hurricane Katrina had tried in some kind of way to pull themselves up instead of sitting around the neighborhood all day long, drinking them 40s and smoking that herb, and not thinking about
And stealing television sets.
and stealing TV set, and concentrate on trying to improve their lives.
All right, Tony, before we go, I hear the music in the background playing. We're running out of time. Do you think we're going to see more storms of this magnitude coming with the worry and the threat of global warming?
I don't know anything about global warming, but I do know, for being on this earth for as long as I have, that we're going to have storms.
We're going to have big storms.
We had them in the past. Having a big storm, they ain't nothing we ain't had in the past. One of the biggest storms we ever had was in the Bible.
Do you believe in global warming?
I don't think global warming is the name that we should be using. I think that's kind of global warming is a name that we use to soften the impact of something. I look at it as destruction of all living things.
That's how you look at it.
Because we are so careless with what keep us alive. 90%, I think, no, if I got to get this right, and let me get my stuff right, 70% of America drinking water is underground. We buried trash. You got the whales are dropping dead from plastic. We know what all the problem is. We know about pollution. When I was a kid, I used to go down to the creek, I stick my mouth in the water, get myself a cool drink of water. With no water better than that creek water right down on them rocks. You know what I mean? You talk about some nice, good water. I used to go home, I used to go throw my pole in the river, pull out a nice fish, take it home, clean it, gut it, fry it up. Now in Maine, you can catch the fish, but can't eat it.
Why?
Because it's lead in it.
Oh.
Because all the paper mills did years ago, they dumped lead in the water. Lead you can't get out of water. You cannot get lead out of the water. So what the guy do, they come and monitor how much lead is in it. Now, they talk about all this air. Now, I don't know that much, but I know that eventually the air in Mexico end up in the United States. I mean, air got no borders.
Right.
So if you get...
There's no wall.
There's no wall. Wall, you know, it's no blockage. Air rotates around the earth. It rotates around the earth. And what is happening to us, we putting so much, I don't think it's global warming. I think what we doing that we're not paying attention to, there's a lot of stuff that we used to have confined. Like, for example, electricity. they had wires. They had a phone.
Yeah.
The power went through the wire, through another wire. Now you got a cell phone. It's traveling through space. You got all this energy traveling through space.
Too much energy?
Too much energy. From planes. You got planes that is traveling through space. You got satellite zoom-in television traveling through space. You got cell phone traveling through space. You got computer traveling through space. When you look at millions and millions of people sending out all this electricity in the air, why would you think they have no effect on the atmosphere?
It's a good point. It's a good point.
I don't think it's a global warming.
Tony, we got 30 seconds, brother.
I don't know if they're global warming or not a Santa, but I do think that everything that you do to something have an effect. And there's a lot of energy traveling through the air right now, a lot of it.
You're worried about this energy.
Not me, because I'm old.
Well, you still have kids and grandkids.
I worry about my grandkids with this energy, because nobody had told us what do all this energy going through the atmosphere, what effect it have on us.
Yeah.
You ever notice every year we get a new disease and we
10
do
seconds,
nothing different?
Tony. 10 seconds. Wrap it up, brother.
We get a new disease every year and we do the same thing that we've been doing for 100 years. In fact, we're doing less of it now than we did then and get more diseases. There was no AIDS back in the 50s. How come AIDS popped up?
I don't know.
See my point?
All right, folks, for Tony Atlas, I'm Dan Moratti. Look forward to more thoughts and opinions on the world through the eyes of Tony Atlas in the future. Good night. You were worried about the man that had the television set.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Dan Moratti.
And I'm John Cena Sr.
Let us tell you how the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation can help raise cash for your nonprofit cause. Experience the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation live in your city, throughout New England, the tri-state area, down through the Carolinas, out to our friends in the Midwest and beyond.
If your nonprofit organization is looking for an interactive turnkey experience while putting enough fun into fundraising, you've met the perfect tag team partner to work with every step of the way.
The MWF offers a variety of packages for groups of almost any size, from our live events at the Boston Garden, the Kowloon Entertainment Dining Complex, and the legendary Suffolk Downs, to high school gyms and function halls. We've presented live events everywhere and anywhere.
Since 2001, the MWF's mission has been simple: keep the kids off the streets. Under the leadership of President David Reese, we bring the superstars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow to your town. Not for a wrestling show, but an event that features action-packed in-ring wrestling, autograph, pose photo opportunities, Q&A sessions, and so much more. It's the best of sports and entertainment. The week of your event, we can add on to the endeavor with anti-bullying campaigns, library meet and greet reads, youth sport concussion seminars, and more.
Our live events are fit for fans of any age from 5 to 95. This fall is part of our new Kids Club program. We offer live event experiences exclusively for the youngest of fans. On the flip side, we can produce a tailor-made event for fans of an older demographic as well. We work with you every step of the way to get the word out to fans near and far on our local television offerings and to over 50,000 fans and growing on our social media platforms.
Your success is our success. If your group has had enough of candy bar and wrapping paper sales and has the energy to team with our passionate fan base, bringing the NWF experience to your community is the answer to put smiles on faces while raising cash for your cause.
Contact us today to get the ball rolling for your custom-made event that you'll want to bring back year after year to your community.
Don't just take it from us. Here are the folks we've teamed up with in the past.